What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. As a musician myself, and today's the return, the long-awaited return of Cuphead. Also featuring the DLC, which I don't know if I've heard the DLC. I'll have to check. But this is Floral Fury, followed by Baking the Wondertart. Both from the channel Christopher Madigan. I'm going to have to assume that's the composer. I don't really know much about Cuphead. I just know it's a really great looking game and it's very difficult. These are requested by Calvin, Richard, and Sekainoowaride. Thank you so much. We're starting with Floral Fury, which has 8.4 million views. Actually, how much does everyone have? We're listening to 10 million views here. Okay. The only thing I know about the sound of Cuphead is it obviously has that, sound of like the 30s and 40s. So I'm gonna have to just assume that's what's happening here, and most of it's boss fights. So, anyways, Floral Fury. Let's see. Bongos right away, or is that a djembe? It sounds like I am in the middle of the jungle. It's got like a Latin flavor to it. Oh, let me see which Cuphead I've done. Why is this reminding me of what's his name? The singer. Suavemente. Elvis Crespo? No. Yeah? I have heard the DLC before. Damn, this is only my third time hearing Cuphead. Holy crap, dude. Who am I thinking? Is it Elvis Crespo? Yeah, it is Elvis Crespo. God, it really does sound like I can envision like the film grain of an old movie, like black and white, and it's crazy how it does that. Old Model T cars. There's a country I'm thinking of here. I don't know if it's Cuba or. There's one of the Latin Americas in here. There's like a. The trumpet as the lead is so sick. A whistle? We're at a sports game now? The beginning of it sounded like a jungle, and now it sounds like. Now it just sounds like. I don't even know. Dude. I need to listen to more Cuphead. Only 3 songs in 3 years. The percussion sounds really demonic to me. I know it sounds like all happy and everything, but it kind of sounds like I'm in hell. It's really menacing. Oh, it's building up. Is it going faster? Oh, it was a crescendo. It was a crescendo. It felt like it was gradually increasing in BPM by like one each second. Dude, okay. I feel like this is one of those moments where like my knowledge is exposed on, I don't know everything, obviously. I haven't really studied much music from the past. I'm talking like, let's just say before the 50s or 60s. I know it exists. I know there's many artists, but I don't know many of them. And I don't, I don't know. I guess I'm not at the age yet where like I've just had interest in. I've always had interest in. Let me rephrase that. It's just I haven't dove into it yet, but I feel like I'm going to because I do every time with a bunch of different genres. But I can tell you that it's definitely like encapsulating that sound of. I don't know if silent films is the right term here because I don't even know what that entails. I'm pretty sure silent films mean there's no talking, but I could be wrong about that. See, I don't know, but I'm being honest. But I'm saying is like, for example, there was that one actor, again, I don't know who it is, but he was known for like the stunts, and it wasn't Charlie Chaplin. It was someone who was like, there was like a famous scene where he's like holding onto a car, at the back of a car, and his legs are like flying in the back. That person, whoever that was. I think of stuff like that. I think of very black and white, grainy footage. So I'm very interested in this game. I played it for about 2 hours. Actually, I can check right now. Updating Steam. I played this like 3 years ago. Someone gifted it to me. And it's not showing up. Cool. Thanks, Steam. Way to just not work. There it goes. I played Cuphead. December 6th, 2021. I don't even see how long that was. What was it, a couple hours? 4 hours. 4.7 hours. So the only thing I remember was it was gifted to me, and I was very intrigued by it because I even heard about Cuphead when it came out. It was like no other game before, and I still to this day think it's like quite unique, and it's held up very well, and it's probably going to be timeless forever. This game is going to look good 50 years from now. But I never really like got into it, like it's fun. It's just, to me, it felt like a game that I wanted to save potentially for like maybe a co-op or something, I just need friends first. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I guess I'll just revisit it someday, but I only remember, I don't even remember that either. I fought someone, and I want to say they were like all blue and smiling. And maybe there was a punch involved, like a big punch or something. It's been 4 years. Sorry. Anyways, I when I was playing it for that tiny amount of time, I was like, wow, this game looks incredible and it sounds amazing, even though I don't remember what the sound was like. I just know that it had that, that 30s, 40s, 20s sound. I just wish I could talk more about it because it just sounds really good. It just sounds really good. And there's going to be one thing that I'm going to bring up, but I'll do it after because I'm talking too much. But all I'll say about this song is that it had a ginormous Latin flavor to it, but at the same time, it had like this jungle feel to it. It's called Floral Fury, so there's some vegetation, I'd have to imagine, but that was all over the place. Anyways, what I was going to get at is not only is the visuals and everything, but like I could tell, especially after hearing that, is the craftsmanship put into the soundtrack. It's pretty crazy. The DLC. This is my second time hearing the DLC. This is Baking the Wondertart. I'm just going to assume everything I hear from Cuphead is probably boss fights, but who knows really. Baking the Wondertart. Okay. First time I hear vocals in Cuphead, I'm pretty sure. All of a sudden, we're Simon Belmont with a whip. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna go into a completely different direction. I heard Wondertart and I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be like a Candyland or some really sweet, bubbly music. It sounds like I'm in Castlevania. Ooh. Did they hire like a band for this? I'm gonna look up something really quick. Ooh. Xylophone? Wow. I never heard a xylophone solo. At least that I can think of. Oh, was it Buster Keaton? Is that who I was thinking of earlier? It was Buster Keaton. That's what I was thinking of. Fretless bass? Or is that a stand-up bass? Ooh, this has to be boss music. Who knows, actually? I know the levels are just as intense. It's not easy to get to the bosses. Ooh, this is nice. That little climb. I love how they have that like that Steamboat Willie look to them. Trombone. Sounds like brush sticks, I think. Cuphead would make an incredible live show. Imagine hearing this with a full orchestra. Damn. The same way Final Fantasy does it. Footage in the background, orchestra in the front. Somehow, this song sounds older. Like, I know it's DLC, but it sounds like it's like an older time period. Gosh, dude. I cannot imagine writing music for this game. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like all of Dancing Mad, just compressed into 4 minutes. 5 minutes. One random guitar chord. Curtains. That was the most finale sounding song I think I've ever heard. Speaking of performance, live performance, that is exactly what that was. That was the curtain dropping. That was everyone taking a bow. Let me actually do this kind of immersion thing. So it was Buster Keaton. I'm going to pull up random footage of some of the stunts, especially the one I was talking about. And I'm just going to match it to the music. Or not match it, but I'm going to put the music from this behind it. Just to see how that feels. See if it gives me off the same vibe. I've never done this before, so let me just try this now. Let me pick a random part of this. I wonder if this is like copyright. I think actually that might sound better with the other song. But you get the idea. This song had so many movements, it was overwhelming. There's no possible way I can like decipher all that in one go. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that might be the intent. From what I've seen whenever I see someone play Cuphead, they're getting their ass beat. They're not one trying these bosses or levels. They game over. But I'm pretty sure in game the song probably resets. Let me know actually, does the song reset when you restart or does it keep going? It almost feels like the composer is doing that on purpose. Like, you're gonna be hearing this for a while, so we're gonna just keep mixing it up like crazy. But funny enough, I don't know what the DLC is comprised of like what it adds or what have you. But for some reason, this one sounded older. Like for example, let's just say Floral Fury sounded 30s. This one sounded like 20s. I don't know. It just had like a different tonality to it. It's hard to explain, but it just had so much going on that in my head, I was like, okay, Wondertart. That's got to be like. I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking like a giant Pop-Tart or something, you know, and. I haven't seen every boss in this game. I know there's like I think there's like a pirate one. I've seen streams of it, so don't get me wrong. I've seen like a pirate one. There's like a genie looking one. There's the one I fought, which is, again, I don't even remember what it looked like. It was blue and smiled. So I haven't seen all of them. But when I think Wondertart, you know, my brain goes to like the board game of Candyland, you know, just like a bunch of pinks and lollipops and candy canes and stuff like that. So I thought the song was going to just be like kind of calm and bubbly, but then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't think there's any calm songs in this game. I think every song in this game sounds like just, it's going crazy. And it just honestly sounds like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, it sounds like a nightmare to compose for this. You have to have the right person putting like all their sweat and tears into it. And then the whole, like what I said at the end with, it sounds like Dancing Mad comprised. Dancing Mad, if you didn't know, is the final boss theme of Final Fantasy VI, which is like a 16-minute classical movement and like four movements. This sounded like that, just in one little package. I think Cuphead is going to be one of those games that whenever I check out, I'm going to always be, for lack of a better word, intimidated by. I know it's a big game, and there's also a bit of guilt because I never finished it. I do plan on it one day, just the backlog is increasing, but it is also one of those games that didn't like immediately hook me into it also. So, but I didn't dislike it. I think if I recall correctly, I was like, you know, this would probably just be really cool, like co-op. So one day we'll do that with someone. Those are both fantastic. The first one, Floral Fury, was, God, I don't know, hand percussion, sounded jungle-ish, but also sounded like hell. Like it sounded really like satanic. And then this one, I don't know. There was too much. I have to listen to it again. But man, I don't know. I just wish I could talk about it more. You know, I'm not an expert in this field of genres, but if you are, then by all means, gosh, tell me what is this emulating? Who does it sound like? What bands does it sound like? Because I'm at a loss. I just know it's important. And if I had to guess one more thing before I get out of here, I would have to imagine the composer probably lived, breathed, and slept these types of soundtracks for probably a long time to get inspired. Or they just listen to it. Normally. I don't know. Anyways, that's Cuphead. Baking the Wondertart and Floral Fury. Thanks to the requesters, and let me know what's going on here. Well, I don't really care about spoilers in this game, I guess. Normally I would say be careful of spoilers, but I guess I don't really care when it comes to this game. I'm sure there's a story. I just never really thought about it. So, I don't know. Use your best judgment. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.